Everyone who saw them together said the same thing. They're perfect for each other. Maya and Daniel had been together for 3 years. 3 years of quiet mornings with coffee that always went cold because they were too busy talking. 3 years of late-night phone calls that stretched until sunrise without either of them noticing. 3 years of a love that felt so easy, so natural, that Maya sometimes caught herself thinking she was the luckiest person alive. They were the couple everyone envied, the ones whose photos made strangers stop scrolling, the ones who showed up to parties and made the whole room feel warmer just by being there together. Maya loved with everything she had. She was fiercely loyal, deeply kind, and completely devoted. And for a long time, she believed Daniel was the same. He had a way of looking at her that made her feel like the only person in any room, a way of saying her name that felt like a promise. But promises can be broken. And some people are very, very good at hiding the truth. It started small, the way most betrayals do. A name in his phone she didn't recognize, replies that came too slowly, evenings at the gym that lasted longer than any workout should. Maya noticed. She always noticed. But she told herself she was being insecure, paranoid, unfair to a man who had never given her a real reason to doubt him. Then one night, his phone lit up on the kitchen counter while he was in the shower. She didn't mean to see it. She wasn't looking. But the screen was there, and the message was bright, and the words were impossible to unsee. Miss you. 2 words. That's all it took. 2 words to crack open 3 years of trust. Maya stood in the kitchen, her hands already trembling before she could even fully understand what she was feeling, because somewhere deep inside, she already knew. She just hadn't wanted to believe it. She confronted him that same night. She showed him the message. She asked him to explain. And he did what many people in his position do. He denied. Then he deflected. Then, when the evidence was undeniable, he confessed, but only to what she had already proven. He told her it meant nothing, a mistake, a single moment of weakness he deeply regretted and would never, ever repeat. Maya cried until there was nothing left. She called her best friend at 2 a.m. and whispered words she never thought she would say. He cheated on me, but she loved him. And love, when it is real and deep, does not disappear in a single night. So she forgave him. The first time, she gave him another chance. She believed him when he said he had changed. She stayed because she believed the version of him that looked her in the eyes and told her she was the only one. 3 months passed, and then he did it again. The second time, she did not find a message on his phone. A friend pulled her aside at a birthday party. Her eyes were full of an apology before her mouth opened. Maya, I need to show you something. A photo. Time-stamped 3 weeks earlier. Daniel at a restaurant downtown. His hand across the table, fingers wrapped around the hand of a woman Maya had never seen. He was smiling in the photo, relaxed, completely at ease, the way he used to smile at her. Maya didn't cry, not in front of anyone. She thanked her friend. She put her phone in her purse. She finished the rest of the party with a smile that felt like wearing a mask made of broken glass. She drove home alone. She sat in the driveway for 45 minutes. When she finally walked inside, Daniel was there, on the couch, watching television like it was any other Tuesday night. She stood in the doorway. She looked at him, and she said the words she had rehearsed the entire drive home. I forgave you twice. That's over now. She was not perfect. No one is. But Maya had given this relationship everything she had. Her trust, her time, her willingness to forgive when most people would have left the first time. She had defended him to friends who warned her early on. She had rearranged her schedule around his needs. She had poured herself into this relationship the way people only pour themselves into things they truly believe in. And in return, he had taken her trust and treated it like it was something he could replace. She trusted him. That was her only mistake. Not loving him deeply, not choosing him, just trusting someone who had shown her, twice now, that he didn't deserve it. That night, after he left in anger, claiming she was overreacting, that she was making everything about herself. Maya stood alone in the kitchen. A coffee mug slipped from her hands. It shattered across the floor. She looked down at the broken pieces for a long moment and thought, "Me too." She packed one bag, not because that was all she was taking, but because that was all she could carry that night. She moved through the apartment with a kind of calm she had never felt before, almost mechanical. Clothes, her passport, the small photograph of her mother she kept on the bedside table, the book she had been reading. She did not leave a note. She did not send a message. She did not wait for him to come home. She picked up her bag. She walked to the front door, and she stood there for one moment, one last look at the apartment that had been her home, the furniture they had chosen together on a rainy Sunday afternoon, the plants she had watered every morning, the life she had built and believed in. She turned off the light. She closed the door behind her. She didn't cry. She didn't scream. She just left. And in that silence, in the space between the door closing and the first step she took away from it, something that had been slowly breaking inside her for months quietly stopped. 3 months. She found a small apartment on the other side of the city. She repainted the walls herself on a rainy Saturday, wearing old clothes, music too loud. She adopted a plant, then another, then a small gray cat she named Pepper, who slept across her feet every single night as if he had always been there. She started running in the mornings, first just for something to do, then because she actually liked it, then because she realized she had been so focused on someone else for so long that she had almost forgotten what it felt like to do something just for herself. She called her mother more. She had dinner with friends she hadn't properly seen in years. She read whole books in a single weekend. She slept through the night. 3 months passed, and she believed, genuinely, fully believed, that the worst was over. Some evenings were still hard. Some songs still hit in the wrong way at the wrong moment. But she was okay. More than okay. She was starting to feel like herself again. It was a Tuesday afternoon. She was at her desk, finishing a report, halfway through a cup of coffee that had gone cold. Her phone buzzed on the table next to her keyboard. An unknown number. She almost didn't open it. But she did. And everything she had spent 3 months carefully, quietly building, the peace, the morning runs, the plants, the cat named Pepper, all of it trembled in an instant. Because the message was not from Daniel, it was from the woman, the one from the photos, the one whose hand he had been holding across that restaurant table. "I thought you should know," the message read. "He has been talking about you this entire time. He told me you were obsessed with him, that you couldn't let go, that you were the problem. I believed him. I'm so sorry. I believed every word." Maya read it once. Then she read it again. Then she put her phone face down on her desk. She sat completely still for a long moment. One message, and everything changed. She drove home that evening with the message still sitting in her mind like a stone at the bottom of still water. But somewhere on that drive, something unexpected happened. She wasn't devastated. She wasn't shattered. Those seasons had already come and gone. They had done what they came to do. What she felt now, slowly rising beneath the shock, was something different. Clarity. He had painted her as the villain in his own story. He had called her obsessed to protect himself. He had been lying, still, months after she had already walked away. And the woman he had been lying to had finally decided to tell the truth. Maya pulled into her parking spot. She turned off the engine. She sat in the quiet. And she understood something she hadn't fully understood before. That day was not her lowest moment. It was her turning point. Because now she had something she hadn't had before. Not just proof of what he did, but a complete picture of who he was. And knowing that, fully, clearly, without any remaining doubt, set her free. She doesn't hate him anymore. She's not exactly sure when that happened. Somewhere between the first morning she woke up and didn't immediately think of him. Somewhere between the growing collection of plants and the cat who always seemed to know when she needed company. The hatred softened. Not back into love, never back into love, but into something quieter, understanding, maybe. She understands now that broken people often break others, that his choices were never really about her worth, that the lies he told were built on a fear that had nothing to do with who she was. She still carries the wound. She may always carry some piece of it, because some wounds don't heal. They just hide. They go quiet. They become part of you, woven into the way you love the next person a little more carefully. The way you notice small acts of kindness that once would have gone unseen. The way you understand your own peace in a way you never did when you were fighting so hard for someone else's. She is not the same person who packed that one bag and closed the door behind her. She is more. She is, in every way that matters, more. If this story felt close to home, if you have ever loved someone who took your trust and used it as a weapon against you, you are not alone. Drop a heart in the comments if this story hit you. Share it with someone who needs to hear it today, and subscribe to Real Dark Heart X, because the next story is already coming, and it is even more powerful than this one.